Where does machine end and humanity begin? Get everything you need to survive in the world of binary domain with the official binary domain strategy e-guide from Brady Games. Visit bradygames.com today for more information. Brady Games, take your game further. On this episode of Urgent Frequency Television, on the heels of the huge success of Battlefield 3, we preview the game that the VGAs called the most anticipated game of 2011, BioWare's Mass Effect 3. Then the Nuketown Hooligans return with a look at Battlefield 3's multiplayer game modes and another installment of Newb Toob. Plus, we'll feature the Rifters and Outcast of the Starhawk Public Beta as Urgent Frequency Television's Kill House returns.
Archer 7, this is Viper 1, how copy? Solid Viper 1, over. Archer 7, interrogative, we are approaching waypoint uniform Foxtrot Tango, standing by for Deadeye. PA until you're down the slide, over. Viper -2 is Oscar Whiskey, we're currently over the top with a cold nose taking on Go Juice. We sure don't want to get bounced while we are AAR, so we'll be turning it over to Dogstar for tactical scan, over. Solid Archer 7, we are eyes on and standing by for a little boom and zoom. Booyah! Viper 1 out.
Alright, Frequency Freaks, I'm your host, Jack UK Delhouse, and welcome to another episode of Urgent Frequency Television. So I'm sure you've heard it before. Perhaps the most important element of creating any game is innovation. And innovation typically becomes more difficult when you start making sequels. Well, what's a sequel? The idea is to create a completely new gaming experience for the player, all while using game elements they've actually seen before. So, with all of that in mind, when Casey Hudson and his team at BioWare began work on the Mass Effect trilogy way back in 2005, who knew that the final chapter of that trilogy, Mass Effect 3, would be voted VGA's most anticipated game of 2011. Now, in case you're new to the Mass Effect series, Mass Effect is an action RPG that plays like a shooter. And while the series is considered a trilogy, if you include the DLC and the many expansions that accompany the 3 core games, the series so far has actually consisted of 14 chapters. Now make no mistake, this immense fiction is just one of the things that has attracted players to the franchise. When it comes to combining solid storytelling with gameplay innovation, BioWare has raised the bar with each game in the series, and Mass Effect 3 is definitely no exception. Mass Effect 3 takes place after the events of the Mass Effect 2 expansion, Arrival, and it focuses on Commander Shepard's mission to save the galaxy from the Reapers, all while having to deal with Cerberus. The creative team at BioWare have crafted a universe populated with main characters that players actually care about, which makes them feel more connected to the game's story. Add to that the ability to have several different experiences while playing Mass Effect 3 based on save data from the previous games. Players with saved files from Mass Effect 2 will be given the option of importing them into Mass Effect 3. Once imported, over 1,000 variables will be pulled from that data and will actually help shape how the final chapter of the Mass Effect series is experienced. If there are no save files available, there will be no origin story comic that will help new players make quick decisions like there was in Mass Effect 2. It should also be noted that players will also have the ability to change imported characters' appearance and classes with the beefed up character creator. Naturally, Commander Shepard begins the game with a core set of powers, and after finishing the game, players will have a new game option that allows them to continue playing after the main story ends or start again with their powered up Commander Shepard to collect items they missed the first time around. And in case you're wondering how important the story is to Mass Effect 3, well, I personally recommend popping some corn and putting on a lovely cup of tea, as BioWare has confirmed that the game features 82 minutes of cutscenes. Woo! Now, Mass Effect 3 features 3 preset campaign modes. They include Action Mode, Story Mode, and RPG Mode. Now, in Action Mode, conversations will have automatic replies and a normal combat difficulty setting. In Story Mode, conversations will require manual replies with a minimal combat difficulty setting. And then there's the RPG mode, and that reflects the typical Mass Effect experience, utilizing manual replies to conversations with a normal combat difficulty setting. Overall, the RPG elements in the game have been improved, with a more detailed level up system and increased weapon customization. To level up, the players will have skills that start along a single path and then eventually splinters into 2 branches where they can select only one upgrade or the other along a sequence of possibilities. Now, in terms of weapon customization, players will be able to equip weapons with a variety of scopes, mods, barrels, and ammo types. Now, with 25 weapon mods available, 5 per weapon, each will have multiple power levels to collect. And finally, for all you hopeless romantics out there, if players achieved a love interest in both Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2, then both previous love interests will be vying for Commander Shepard's attention in Mass Effect 3, with this love triangle being resolved by the end of the game. Great storytelling, a hungry fan base, and of course, major innovation. It's all there in Mass Effect 3, available March 6th from BioWare and Electronic Arts.
Attention frequency freaks, it's time to lock and load, because we want you to be a part of Urgent Frequency Television's brand new segment, UFreqTV's Kill House. And that means we want to see your kill streak. That's right, we want to feature your gameplay on the big screen of the PlayStation Home Community Theater, and the only thing missing is you. Submit your footage right now to UFreqTV at UrgentFury.com for your chance to be featured on UFreqTV's Kill House and each month on UFreqTV's Blip TV channel. Remember, all submissions become the property of Urgent Fury Holdings LLC. So weapons free, frequency freaks, we want to see your kill streak.
Last time here on Newb Toob, the Nuketown hooligans explain Battlefield 3's tools of the trade. This time around, they return with a few simple strategies to help us all PTFO, because like me, they believe it's indeed a poor craftsman who blames his tools.
Hey guys, this is Viper1 for the Nuketown Hooligans, and last time on Newb Toob, I explained some of the tools available to you on the battlefields of Battlefield 3. Well, this time, I'll explain the game's core multiplayer game modes. First up is Team Deathmatch. Now, without question, Team Deathmatch is one of the true classics when it comes to multiplayer game modes. Yet, this is the first appearance of Team Deathmatch in the Battlefield series since the original Battlefield 1942. The concept is simple. 2 teams of 12 players each duke it out on small, tight-knit maps with a distinct focus on infantry combat. That means there are no vehicles available in Team Deathmatch. So if you're looking for an instant action quick fix, this is probably the mode for you. For players that are new to Battlefield, this is a great place to start. Once you get the hang of infantry combat, you can start moving deeper into the other game modes where you can develop your soldiers' kits based on your particular playing style and/or skill set. Next up is Squad Deathmatch. Squad Deathmatch is pretty straightforward. It's a slightly larger, more dynamic version of Team Deathmatch. But instead of the standard 12-on-12 matchup, 4 squads of 4 battle it out in a cramped battle space, complete with a single IFV or infantry fighting vehicle to fight with and to fight over. The 4-squad setup makes for a constant battle throughout the game to gain and maintain the lead. Sticking together and keeping your squad healed up, well supplied and repaired are the keys to victory here. The addition of the single IFV also makes this game mode even more interesting. Naturally, the team who can keep the IFV moving and grooving with some solid engineered gameplay will have a distinct advantage over the other 3 squads. And that brings us to Rush. Here's your chance to really PTFO, as Rush is purely objective-based warfare. This mode was first introduced in Battlefield Bad Company and makes its return in Battlefield 3. Like the other objective-based game modes, your KDR means nothing in this mode. The object is for the attacking force to arm and destroy 2 MCOM stations in each area of the map in order to unlock the next area and the next pair of MCOM stations. The defending force has an unlimited amount of spawn tickets, while attacking attackers only get a new supply of spawn tickets if they destroy a pair of MCOMs. The attacking force wins if they destroy all the MCOM stations on the map, while the defending force wins if they prevent that from happening by ultimately depleting the attacking force's spawn tickets. The squad rush variation of this game mode is basically the same concept, but instead of 12-on-12 all-out warfare, 2 squads of 4 fight one another in a small map environment with only 2 MCOM stations to destroy or defend. And finally, it's my personal favorite. Conquest is undoubtedly the most classic of all Battlefield game modes. This mode is purely objective-based and forces you to make real strategic decisions on the battlefield. The idea is to capture and control certain areas of the map with the cunning use of flags, which indicate possession of that particular area. The team who can control the most real estate while bleeding the opposing force of valuable spawn tickets wins the match. Conquest includes everything awesome about Battlefield 3. Huge maps, explosive vehicle combat, and fast-paced infantry combat that will have even the most battle-hardened Battlefield veteran breathing heavy. And there you have it, Battlefield 3's core multiplayer game modes. We've done our part, the rest is up to you. Look us up on Battlelog, or maybe we'll simply see you on the battlefields of Battlefield 3. I'm Viper1 for the Nuketown Hooligans. Don't forget to visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Nuketown Hooligans, all one word. We'll see you next time right here on Newb Toob. Until then, doom on you, Mr. Tango. And remember, everybody was a noob once.
Thanks for those tips, lads, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Remember, if you have a game that you'd like to see featured on Newb Toob, all you've got to do is ask. Send your emails to UFreqTV@urgentfury.com. Now, stay tuned. The UFreqTV Kill House is next.
Next time on Urgent Frequency Television. With spring training in full swing and opening day just around the corner, we take a first look at Sony's MLB 12 The Show from San Diego Studios. The Nuketown Hooligans are back and they want you to get in touch with your inner noob. Plus, Bullet Points returns. It's all next time on Urgent Frequency Television, exclusively on PlayStation Home. Be sure to visit www.urgentfury.com for more information about Urgent Fury or Urgent Frequency Television. Urgent Fury. Win with honor, lose with dignity.
For the last couple of months, the Urgent Fury tournament team has had the distinct pleasure of experiencing both the private and public Starhawk Beta. But the truth is, they represent a very small percentage of Starhawk's immense fan base. And of course, by now, most of you know the basic premise of Starhawk: 2 factions fighting for control of valuable Rift energy deposits. So what happens when you pit the tenacious Rift miners against the ragtag outcasts of the Starhawk frontier? Well, you get great video footage suitable for Urgent Frequency Television's Kill House. And that just about does it for another episode of UFreqTV, brought to you by the world's hottest tactical gaming tournament community, UrgentFury.com. Be sure to send any questions, comments, or suggestions you might have to UFreqTV@UrgentFury.com. Also, don't forget to network with us via Twitter, on Facebook, the official Urgent Fury blog, Urgent Fury Unleashed, and on our blip.tv channel. Well, I'm Jack Delhouse. Thanks very much for watching, and just remember, you can't win if you don't play. Now get in! Cheers.